In this module, we are going to understand other basic concepts that are important in understanding microeconomics other than wants. We are going to understand about goods and services, utility, and all these factors. Microeconomics has a lot of different concepts apart from wants. The next concept we are going to talk about is goods and services. Anything that is capable of satisfying human desires and can be touched. Over here, that is nothing but goods. If a certain thing is able to satisfy a human desire but cannot be touched but can be felt, that is nothing but a service. For example, I am hungry. Food is given to me, right? I can touch and feel the food, right? That is nothing but goods. I am having a lot of shoulder pain. Now, when somebody presses the shoulder, I can't feel the pain. Now, when I am going to a salon and getting my hair cut, now I can't see a good, but I can definitely see a change in my hair. That is nothing but service. Difference in satisfaction, right? There is a different kind of a satisfaction when we consume goods and a different kind of a satisfaction when we consume services. But anything that leads to a mental satisfaction requires two things, either goods or services. This actually leads to a mental satisfaction. The next one is utility. Any goods or services that are bought or sold must have utility, must have some use. Do we buy something that is totally useless? Do we buy rotten tomatoes, rotten apples? No, we don't. Anything, any goods or any service that we buy or sell must have certain amount of use and should be usable. The next one over here is value. Value is nothing but the amount of money or any kind of a return that we get by buying the good or while selling the good. That is nothing but value. The very first is value in use. Certain goods are very important for a human being, but there is no exchange value for them. They have a very high value in use. For example, sunshine, water, all these things are very important. But can we pay money? No. But is life possible without sunlight on earth? No. So they have very high value in use. Apart from that, the next is value in exchange. Certain amount of goods do not have a very high value in use. They are not very useful, but in terms, they have a huge value in exchange. If we give it to somebody, we'll get a lot of money. The example over here is diamonds. When I give somebody diamonds, I'll get good amount of money in return. The last one over here is water diamond paradox. Certain goods do not have a value in exchange but are of a great importance. Certain goods are not of that importance but have a very high value in exchange. That is nothing but water diamond paradox. Water has very high value in use, but if it is exchanged, it has no value in exchange. But on the other hand, diamond is of rarely any use. We just wear it for show purpose. But if it is exchanged, it earns huge revenue. This is nothing but water diamond paradox. Certain things, even after being very useful, have very low value in exchange. And certain things, even after being useless, have very high value in exchange. Is that clear? In the next part, we see wealth. Wealth means anything that has value. For anything to be termed as wealth or anything or service to be termed as wealth, it should have some utility. It should have some use for the person who's buying it. It should be useful to the person. Not only that, there must be scarcity. If there is something that is less in the market, the demand is created. We want that product even more. But if something is available in ample, there is very little demand for it. So we cannot say that those things can be sold on a larger extent because it is easily available. For example, soil. You cannot sell soil because it is easily available at disposal. Wherever I want, I can get it. The resource should be scarce so that people buy it. Apart from that, there should be a transferability. The good should be actually being able to transfer from one person to another. Service should be able to be transferred from one person to another. The next one is externality. The good should be external. Anything from within cannot be transferred. I can't transfer my honesty to somebody else. I can't transfer my some quality that I have in me to somebody else. The thing, the goods that I want to transfer should be available externally. When I speak about transferability, there are two types of transferability: physical transferability and notional transferability. When I transfer certain amount of goods, like if I give somebody, I am selling bottles, I am selling clothes, and when somebody pays money to me, I actually give them goods. But if I sell land, do I pick up my land and give it to somebody else? No. We just sign on the papers, and for that matter, the land is now belong to somebody else. The food, the clothing, and all these things are coming under transferability, that is physical transferability. While I speak about the land, it comes under notional transferability. Physically, picking up the land and transferring it is not possible. So we transfer it on legal papers or some other manner. When something cannot be physically transferred, it is called as notional transfer. Also, one key point to remember in transferability is that whenever such kind of a transferability occurs, one has to remember it very clearly. Physical traits, beauty, looks, or something like that cannot be transferred. The internal qualities of a person cannot be transferred. Only the external factors can be transferred. So these are the different classifications or different basic concepts to remember in microeconomics. Thank you.